What is going on, everybody? I'm Poker Ogre, and today I'm going to be showing you guys this creepy Zodiac Killer inspired Easter egg called the Infinity Killer. And I'm not the only person to cover this Easter egg, but it seems like when other people cover this Easter egg, they don't talk about the real life counterpart or the real life inspiration for this Easter egg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this Easter egg, then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about the real life inspiration behind this Easter egg. So to begin this Infinity Killer Easter egg, you want to come to this part of the map right here, and you'll see this little like rundown house. And if you go inside, you'll see this newspaper clipping, and let's go ahead and read this, see what it says. Suspected killer Merle Abraham dies in prison. Merle Abrahams, the suspected Infinity Killer, passed away last night in Bolingbroke Penitentiary while awaiting trial for abduction and torture. Abrahams, 57, was suspected to be responsible for the Infinity Killers, a series of disappearances that happened 5 years ago. Police believe the 8 victims, who were all single young men killed while jogging, were all murdered by the same person and had circumstantial evidence linking Mr. Abrahams to the victims. No bodies were ever found, and Abrahams never confessed, although he did admit to have a weird obsession with the number 8. So, right off the bat, that is very creepy. But yeah, guys, what we're about to do is we're about to actually be able to find these bodies. So yeah, this is going to get really interesting. Alright guys, for this next part of the Easter egg, we're going to come to this like house down the road. And this house, this was actually the former house of Merle Abrahams. And I believe the backstory behind this is that when he got arrested, one of his neighbors, they like basically did arson on his house. They basically burned his house down because they were basically mad at him. His neighbors, they figured out, they saw he got arrested, and they were like, oh, I want to burn his house down. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in here, so let's take a look at it. So on the wall here, you guys will see it says, there will be 8. So this is him saying that I want to kill 8 people. There's going to be 8 victims. And this little volcano looking thing, I want you guys to remember this. This is actually pretty important. Just remember this. And you can see some 8s, some tally marks. You come in here, you see some more tally marks. Let's see, some more 8s. More 8s. This thing again that I want you guys to remember. And on the wall it says 8 is just infinity stood up. So I'm guessing this is why the media dubbed him the Infinity Killer. And you can see these shoes right here. I'm guessing these are like the shoes of the joggers that went missing. And you can see these little jars. So I'm guessing this is where he would either kill his victims, or he would, take his victims' bodies and pretty much do whatever he wanted to do with them. And I don't know about you guys, but these jars, they kind of give me Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. So I don't know, let me guys know in the comment section, do you guys think this guy could also be based on Jeffrey Dahmer or something? Because I don't think the Zodiac Killer, put like remains in jars and stuff, at least not that, we know of. And if you guys come to the backyard here, you guys can see somebody wrote, "Go away, Merle Abrahams, you're a wrong un." So I don't really know what that means, but yeah. And we see some more 8s. So yeah, this is definitely pretty creepy right here. Alright guys, for this next part of the Easter egg, you want to come to this part of the map right here. And upon arrival, you'll see like these 8s just scattered all over the place, pretty much confirming his obsession with the number 8 like we saw on that newspaper clipping earlier. And you can see this writing right here, and let's read this. It says, 1 is done, 2 is fun, 3 tried to run, 4 called mom, 5 is not alive, 6 is Nick, 7's in heaven, and 8 won't wait. So yeah guys, this pretty much confirms that he did in fact kill 8 people. Alright guys, for this second part of the Easter egg, you want to come to this second rock riding location here on the map. And upon arrival, you guys will just see more 8s scattered throughout the place, nothing out of the ordinary. But we have some more writing, so let's read it. It says, "They want me, they could have, but they'll never get my people, even though I shall leave them sign enough where they put me." Alright, guys, so this is basically Merle Abraham saying that I know the law are on to me, alright? I know my terrible life decisions will catch up with me soon, and I will be in prison soon. And when I'm in prison, I will leave a sign and a clue to where my victims' remains are. And also, another little thing that is actually pretty interesting is if you guys look a little to the left, you guys can see it says 8 won't. And obviously, we know that from the last rock I showed you guys earlier that he was gonna write 8 won't wait. And I'm guessing the reason why he didn't finish his sentence is because this is where he got apprehended by the police and sent to the penitentiary. Alright guys, so for this next part of the Easter egg, you want to come to the penitentiary. So guys, we know Merle gets sent to the penitentiary and basically spent, the last of his days here before he died. And he must not have been in here long because, he did die before the trial. And also, we don't know how he died, but he was only 57. And don't get me wrong, someone can die of natural causes at 57, but I think there's a higher chance that, he killed himself. But who knows? Maybe someone did stab him to death or something. But I think typically before trial, people usually aren't placed in general population where, other people could hurt them and stuff. But maybe he was in general population because, he was somehow able to write on these prison walls. But guys, this clue right here, this is the last clue he left. And this is actually the biggest clue of them all. So of course you guys can see some 8s and stuff. And it says, where water meets land and fire once stood forth, there the infinite 8 shall stay until I return. And you guys see this drawing right here. You guys remember when we saw this at the house and I told you guys to remember this? Well, this drawing right here, this actually correlates with the writing. And, this is basically him telling us where his victims are because, this drawing, this is a part of the GTA 5 map. Alright guys, so here's the location where these bodies are found, and I'll show you guys some sped up footage of me discovering these bodies. Alright guys, so now that I showed you guys the Infinity Killer, let me show you guys the real life serial killer this is based on. Alright guys, so according to the GTA Wiki, Abraham's usage of the Infinity sign is reminiscent of the Zodiac Killer sign. And he may be inspired by Arthur Lee Allen, right guys? And he is a suspect in the Zodiac Killer murders. Although he never confessed to the murders, he was noted as having an obsession, with the Zodiac murders. Guys, me personally, I'm definitely familiar with the name Arthur Lee Allen, right? I watched a lot of documentaries about the Zodiac Killer and stuff. So what I want to do now, guys, is I want to talk about some similarities that I noticed that the Infinity Killer had to the Zodiac Killer. Alright guys, so Arthur Lee Allen, right, who is the only person the police have ever named as a suspect in the Zodiac Killer case, he actually died at 57 years old. And Merle Abrahams actually died at 58, so they actually died at pretty similar ages. The writing on the wall, it's kind of reminiscent of like the Zodiac Killer's letters, and him writing in all caps, that is something that the Zodiac Killer would actually do in some of his letters that he would send to the police and stuff. And just like the Zodiac's letters, Merle's writing was basically him trying to like give clues and talk in riddles and confuse people and stuff. And I think the Infinity Killer writing on the mountain is also kind of reminiscent of the Zodiac Killer writing on the car door of one of his victims and saying how he tried to kill these people. So guys, that was pretty much the Zodiac Killer inspired Easter egg in GTA 5 known as the Infinity Killer. And if you guys ever watched like the 2007 movie Zodiac, or seen documentaries about the Zodiac Killer, you guys might see the similarities. But guys, I'm really curious about what you guys think about this video, so please let me know in the comment section. Would you like to see more of these type of videos? And also, let me know if you know any similarities that the Infinity Killer has to the Zodiac Killer that I missed, or that no one has discovered.